All right, we are going to get some meal prep done, buying enough produce for 2 weeks. I definitely need to make sure it lasts as long as possible. Hey guys, if you are new, my name is Vanessa and today I am sharing with you guys a meal prep, and I don't have a ton on my list. So I wanna make sure I take care of the produce that I purchased, since I did buy it for 2 weeks instead of just getting a few things for a week at a time. So I'm doing a little bit of that, and then dog food of course, but I'm not doing what I normally do because I wanna make sure that we're eating the fresh stuff first. I'm not baking a bunch of stuff or anything like that. I wanna make sure that we're eating things that we have on hand first. So I really just am focusing on the produce, and I did this over the course of 2 days. Normally when I meal prep, I try to get it done in 1 day, but you guys know with everything going on and all of that good stuff, I did end up breaking this up into 2 days. Now that I'm helping the kids with schooling and they have different time slots for their school online, my day is definitely broken out a little bit differently than it was. Let's go ahead and get to meal prepping. I like to start with the dog food just because this is going to take several hours to cook. I already cleaned up my kitchen, I've got my dishwasher going, and this is going to be probably a vlog style. Everybody's home, and I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can over the next 2 days to share with y'all. So for the dog food, I do have the entire 10-pound bag of chicken in here. I'm gonna go ahead and make it that way it's enough for the entire month of April. That way I know it's definitely going to be enough for the entire month of April, and maybe going into the very beginning of May. We shall see. But I've got all 10 pounds of the chicken in here. I actually put it in my refrigerator last night, so it is already halfway thawed out. And then I'll show you guys, if you are new. If you're not new, you know exactly what I'm gonna do. But if you're new, I'll show you guys everything else once this is done cooking. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on to high. That way, by about lunchtime, it's pretty early in the morning, by about lunchtime, I'll be able to finish it up. Okay, so the chicken is done. I did drain it. When I cook fresh chicken breast, I don't drain it. There's not a whole lot of liquid in there, but since this was a 10-pound bag of frozen chicken breast, you can kind of see the little white foam that's going on. There was a lot of liquid in here, so I did drain it. And then if you guys are not new, you know that I love to use a mixer to shred up my chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm actually thinking of pulling my KitchenAid out of my pantry and leaving it out on the counter somewhere, because I do feel like when I'm doing, since I've been doing this much in one, it would be even faster and better using my KitchenAid. But it's in my pantry and my counters are still pretty full of things that I need to put up from doing a monthly grocery haul. So I'm just going to use my trusty old hand mixer, but doing the 10 pounds, it does take a little bit longer, but it's still fantastic. Much better than using forks. All right, you guys, so I am actually putting all the dog clips together, and then you guys are gonna see everything else that I worked on while the dog food was cooking and all that. So I do not have a lot of freezer space left, so I am opting not to completely finish out the dog food how I normally make it. I just put a little bit over half of the chicken that's already cooked and shredded in a gallon size freezer bag, and I stuck that in my freezer. And then when I pull that out, I will add what I typically add. Now, normally I've been adding rice, pumpkin, and green beans, but I'm gonna save the green beans also because the dogs have kind of been eating around those. So I'm gonna opt to not put the green beans in this time. So I've got the chicken here that is completely cooled. Earlier this week, we had rice with our dinner, and I made a lot of extra, and I actually had some for leftovers for lunch, but this is enough to add for 1 week's worth of the dog's food. And then I am going to add 1 can of pumpkin and mix all this together. And then I'm going to put this into a bowl, a smaller bowl with a lid. And that's how I will feed the dogs their dinner every night this week. So let's go ahead and get this all mixed up.
With your queen of hearts, when When everyone folds, your fork still holds your place in your bed, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice. You got me tiptoeing around you like you made of glass.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep the veggies, or share the veggies that I'm prepping on this day, but I'm just going to play some music, so hopefully this is a little bit more relaxing for y'all, and y'all can just watch me prep and listen to some music.
When I use my witchcraft, you're playing it cool, bending all the rules, talking way too loud, and you're talking rude. You're playing a game, driving me insane. Your heart is back, and it's a fact, no turning back. You got me tiptoeing around you like you made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. Come on. You got me tiptoeing around you like you made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. I've got my moves, I got my song. When I turn my mojo on, I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. Watch me use my witchcraft. I'm gonna use my witchcraft.
You told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm a rolling stone tonight, never to be settled. Although I know I can't deny your eyes, I've got this inner battle.
Okay, this is everything that I am going to be able to get done on this day, but I do have a few more things that I want to prep, but I'm going to add that into this video. It's just going to be another day. So I've got the dog food in there, and this might last more than 1 week. That filled that bowl more than I thought it would. And then I did go ahead and prep some things for salads because we're gonna do a couple bigger salads this week, and I just went ahead and got all the produce that I could prep for that. So half of this is for lunches for the kids, and then I did go ahead and cut up the cucumber for the salad. Same thing with the tomatoes. These are for salad later in the week, and then I had a few bigger carrots left over. So I went ahead and cut those up for salads as well. Then the rest of the tomatoes I just washed because my kids love snacking on these. So I'm gonna keep these in the fridge so they last longer. So I did buy a lot of blueberries because my kids love snacking on blueberries. And then I also need several, I need 2 cups for one recipe, and then I have another recipe that I'm gonna use some blueberries in. So I do have a lot of blueberries prepped, and I kind of separated them. These are for snacking, this is what I need for recipes. And then as far as carrots, I mean, the only thing, I just take it out of the bag because if my kids see the bag of carrots, the baby carrots in the fridge, they will like tear open the bag, eat a few, and then just toss the bag back in there and they get dried out. So I just go ahead and dump the bag of baby carrots into containers so it's super easy for the kids to take out when they want to snack. All right, now you guys can hear the dogs in the background. I've got to get them situated. So this is all I was able to get done today, but I'm gonna share some more in just a second for y'all, but it's gonna be another day for me.
Out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm done with searching for the truth somewhere else when I just want you. There was a void in my soul. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again. But life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, 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 running to better times. Go, 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 from my emotions I'll go, 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 running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times. Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, go, go,
Okay, and that is it for what I am getting done today. So I've got all the grapes, and then whenever I'm using containers, you guys saw that I decided to use a different container for the strawberries. I knew they weren't all going to fit in that stackable one that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm using a glass snapper one because these strawberries are humongous. So whenever I don't have enough room, I always keep them out on the counter in a separate bowl, and it's actually almost lunchtime. So I'm gonna use the sugar snap peas and the strawberries that didn't fit in the containers that I used to add to the kids' lunches. So I've got the sugar snap peas, celery. I did opt to go ahead and dice up the celery that I knew wasn't gonna fit in here, and that way this is gonna go into our big salad as well. Strawberries, and then I went ahead, sometimes I only shred half of one of those huge blocks at a time, but I did go ahead and shred the whole thing, and that way I am set for the next like week and a half. I don't think this produce will last up to 2 weeks. We shall see with my kids. One thing, prepping definitely gets them to eat more of the fresh items before the snacky type items that we have in the pantry. All right, y'all, so like I said, not a ton going on, but the important things I focused on. So I did buy some other fruits as well. We got a cantaloupe, pineapple, and watermelon, but I didn't like cut, normally I cut those up as a meal prep and just have it in the kitchen or in the refrigerator for meal times, but we've actually already cut those up and we've used them. So I just have like half filled bowls. So I didn't share that with you guys, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out for a little bit today, seeing how I did things. I did do things a little bit differently. Normally I do not dry my produce before I put it in containers because my kids eat it like that. But since I did buy an overabundance, I did opt to dry it off, and I ran out of my cleaning vinegar. So like the second day, I just rinsed it off with water as well as I could, and then I dried it and got it all prepped. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down below in regards to meal prep. I know you guys have been loving these videos, so whenever I do have something, I wish I could change it up a little bit, but right now we're really just in what my kids like to eat. That's what I'm prepping, and that's what we're doing. So if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. I would love for you to join my community, and I will see you guys in the next video.